Crikey, what a beautiful morning. The sun was shining on October 2nd, 2025. Hannah Ellis, a young adventurer, was buzzing with energy, her backpack packed with essentials: water, snacks, a map, and binoculars. She loved the outdoors and felt a special connection to nature. Today, she planned to explore a new trail leading to Whispering Creek. She imagined spotting a shy deer or a colourful kingfisher. After a hug from her mum and a promise to be careful, Hannah set off, the air sweet with wildflowers and birdsong. She followed the winding path, using her binoculars to spot a bright red cardinal. The forest felt magical, sunlight dancing through the leaves. Stopping for an apple, she checked her map. Whispering Creek was just ahead. She could already hear the gentle sound of water. Excitement grew with every step. But nature, as we know, can be full of surprises. Hannah had no idea her perfect day was about to take an unexpected turn. Sometimes adventure finds you when you least expect it, and today, the wild had a lesson in store for her. Suddenly, the forest fell silent. The birds stopped singing and the breeze vanished. Dark clouds rolled in, swallowing the sunlight. A cool wind whipped through the trees, making Hannah shiver. Thunder rumbled in the distance, growing louder. The sky turned a deep, bruised purple. Rain began to fall, first a few drops, then a heavy downpour. The path became a muddy stream, and the sweet forest smell turned earthy and wet. Hannah pulled up her hood, but she was already soaked. Lightning flashed, thunder cracked, crack boom, right overhead. The storm was on top of her now. She knew it was dangerous to be under tall trees during lightning. Fear crept in, but she forced herself to stay calm. Panicking wouldn't help. She needed to think fast and find shelter. The adventure had turned serious. Hannah remembered her dad's advice: never shelter under a lone tree and avoid open fields. Scanning the woods, she spotted a rocky outcrop with a large overhang. It wasn't a cave, but it could keep her dry. She scrambled off the trail, slipping over mossy stones, focused on reaching safety. Under the overhang, she caught her breath, heart pounding. The rain hammered down just inches away, but she was mostly dry. From her nook, she watched the storm's power, terrifying and beautiful. She wrapped herself in a fleece blanket from her backpack, feeling comforted. Her emergency whistle and flashlight were ready if needed. She wasn't just waiting, she was actively keeping herself safe. The wild was fierce, but she was prepared. Hannah realized she was braver than she thought. Sometimes adventure means facing the unexpected, and she was ready. The storm was a wild symphony, thunder booming, lightning flashing, rain drumming on the rocks. The forest was transformed, the gentle creek now a roaring torrent. Wind howled, branches danced, and the world was a blur of water and light. Hannah watched a frog hop for cover, realizing all the animals were weathering the storm too. She felt less alone, part of nature's story. Raindrops clung to pine needles like jewels, lightning made wet bark shine. Despite her fear, awe filled her. The storm was a reminder. Nature is beautiful, but demands respect. She wasn't panicking anymore, just patient and clever. She was a small part of this big, wild world, and she was learning what it meant to truly be an adventurer. Sometimes you just have to wait for the sky to clear, and trust yourself to weather the storm. As the storm raged, Hannah focused on the positive. She was safe, dry, and had snacks. A granola bar and water lifted her spirits. She reminded herself, storms don't last forever. Courage isn't the absence of fear, but doing the right thing anyway. She checked her flashlight and blew her emergency whistle, feeling more in control. The thunder and lightning faded, rain softened, and the sky began to lighten. Relief washed over her. The worst was over. She had faced the storm and won. Her quick thinking and resourcefulness kept her safe. Instead of panicking, she used her knowledge and courage. She felt a new confidence. Nature had tested her, and she'd proven her strength. The experience was scary, but she was proud. She was ready for whatever came next. As the last thunder faded, calm returned to the forest. Sunlight broke through, making everything sparkle. Birds sang, the air smelled fresh, and the world felt new. Hannah climbed from her shelter, muddy and tired but safe. She walked carefully on the wet path, heading home. A rainbow arched across the sky, a reward for her bravery. She realized her adventure hadn't gone as planned, but it was even better. She'd discovered strength she never knew she had. Being brave meant moving forward, even when scared. When her house appeared, her mum ran out and hugged her tight. Hannah shared her story, her mum beaming with pride. That night, wrapped in a blanket with hot chocolate, Hannah gazed at the stars. She had a new respect for nature and for herself. She knew she'd always be an adventurer, ready for whatever the wild had in store.